Nasser Djiga is joining Wolverhampton Wanderers from Red Star Belgrade for a fee of £10 million, which is around 12 million euros, which is a record for a Red Star center back. He eclipses Strahinja Rakovic's move that he made a few years ago to Zenit St. Petersburg. So Nasser Djiga now is the record holder, I guess, as a center back. Red Star going to a different team. Red Star will also get 10% of next sale. He's a Burkina Faso international. He's played 8 matches, has scored 1 goal. Primarily plays as a center back, and he was signed from Basel for a fee of 3 million euros last summer. So he was on loan Red Star last year, and to kind of get into a little bit of the details now, he didn't have a great season, and it was actually fairly shocking. A lot of fans disagreed with the idea of signing him full-time because it was a long year loan that Red Star had for him. So a lot of fans were disappointed with the acquisition for 3 million euros. I was one of them who just didn't understand why we were moving to a permanent deal for Nasser Djiga, just because he didn't show too much in the time that he was at Red Star. He had a good match here or there, but it was far and few between. So I kind of wondered why this transfer went through. Well, since he has signed with the club, he's been you can argue that this season he's been their best player anywhere, the center back, whatever, what have you. He's the player of the year so far. His growth in the last, I guess, 7-8 months now, maybe even a little bit longer, has been, I don't know if I've really seen that type of growth from anyone at the club in such a short period of time. From a guy who really, like I said, couldn't really do too much right, to being the best center back, and by far the best center back in the league. And he's just grown exponentially. The use of his body to kind of get into his strengths, he uses his body very well. He's really good with his feet. If you take a look at the PSV highlights when Red Star lost to PSV a few matches ago in the Champions League, he scored and he assisted a goal as a center back. So the fact that he scored a goal as a center back off a set piece isn't really anything too crazy. We see that all the time. But his ability now to kind of do work with the ball and to get players involved and to make the right pass, his patience, I think, mostly from the last 7-8 months has really increased, and that's the part of his games that he's added to, I would say, the most. A lot of people point to the Bodo Glimt match that we played against them at home in Belgrade, where he received a standing ovation because he played absolutely a perfect match of football. That's kind of what we've got used to him this season. So I said, like, he uses his body very well. Now he's going to be going up against obviously some of the best strikers in the world. You got Erling Haaland, you got Bukayo Saka. You have to, fight with. You have Salah. You have a bunch of different guys that you're gonna have to be able to put up and fight against, so to say. So that's the part of his game that I want to look at now and see if he can do that. I'll say this: in the match against AC Milan in the Champions League, Rafael Leao had his way with Nasser Djiga, and that's mostly because Rafael Leao is a lot faster than Nasser Djiga. Djiga is fast for a center back, but Leao is just a next level type of speed. So he did, on a few occasions, Leao left him in his dust, so to say. But everything else in terms of his game, he's, like I said, he's grown exponentially. He's very good in the air, so that's the part of the game. Like when he goes up against a guy like Erling Haaland, how well can he do? And that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm going to be watching a lot of Wolves matches. I'm an Arsenal fan as well, so glad I don't think we have to play Wolves anymore this season. But I'm going to be watching that to see how well he does play in the best league in the world. Now, Erling Haaland, he's a little bit familiar with. I believe he was in the lineup for when Red Star played Manchester City in the last Champions League, in the 2023-24 edition. So he might be familiar with him and some of the other guys. But I'm curious to see how he does in the best league in the world. Obviously, I wish him the best. He's proved a lot of people wrong, including myself. And he's, like I said, player of the year thus far. Just an excellent center back. His poise, and like I was talking about the PSV match where he scored the goal, and the assist was just a perfectly placed ball to the striker that he was able to head in. A lot of teams interested, especially from the Premier League. So you had Brentford that was interested. You had Leicester City that was interested. I think Nottingham Forest was had some interest in him. Brighton. So there was a lot of interest in him, and rightfully so, because he deserves it. He's excellent. And now it's time to take his talents to the best league in the world and show what he can do there. And with Wolves, he's going to be, in that relegation zone. So interesting to see how well he does. To the Wolves fans who are watching this, please, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll try to get back to you. But like I said, I really like this signing for you guys, and he could be a key figure in Wolves staying up this season. Like I said, he's just a great center back. So any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thank you.